Hey everybody, this is Scoots, and you're listening to Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me, which is just stories from the Sleep With Me podcast. So if you like the stories from Sleep With Me, you've even checked out our original podcast, a full length. It's called Sleep With Me. And if you enjoy these stories, you could support the production of the show and get tons of stories-only versions of Sleep With Me on Sleep With Me Plus. If this show is worth, if you listen to it on a regular basis, you say, this show is worth $60 a year to me. This show's worth $120 a year to me. Sign up. You can sign up monthly or annually. You get a podcast with story-only versions of Sleep With Me, like this, but ad-free. You get full versions of Sleep With Me, bonus versions of Sleep With Me. And you help us keep making the show well into, hopefully, like the long future. So, but if you're new, check this out. This is called Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. And it'll be Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me podcast. Thanks and good night. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster whose bangs, you know, if I had to see all the time to make this podcast, I'd say I need to trim my bangs, but luckily right now, even though they're in my face, I think my headphones can get them out of my face. And I'm here to to distract you from the proverbial bangs of your thoughts. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's probably because you're in the right place, because it's time for Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. Thanks for making that possible, patrons. And these sponsors are what make it possible. SleepWithMePodcast.com/sponsors. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots. If you're looking for the most comfortable way to listen to Sleep With Me podcast or bedtime stories from Sleep With Me, you can get yourself a pair of sleep phones, like Sleep With Me merchandise sleep phones with different logos and cool stuff on there. And you could get that at SleepWithMePodcast.com/sleep-phones. And use Sleep With Me at checkout to save $5 off your order. Thanks, everybody. All right, hey, everybody. Welcome to our episode. This is the most episodically modular series we've ever done today, that I've recorded today. I'm just laughing, but I thought about that. I said, is this the most episodically modular series we've ever done? Probably not, but it could be. It's season 3. Even though that doesn't matter, because this one's a procedural. I don't really have to set in very much up for you. But it is season 3. Season 1 and 2 had a little bit more seriality and stuff like that. But this one is a little bit, I don't know. You'll find out, or I'll tell you. But this is season 3 of Nuns in Space. And believe it or not, future Scooter's going to catch you up. That's probably one of the reasons I'm able to make it so episodically modular, is in another timeline, there's a fictional version of me running around. So Nuns in Space is a story about two main characters. Scooter, sidekick to Stan, the freestyle soda machine, who's gone beyond sentience. He's a full human, not human, a fully sentient, a soda machine, freestyle soda machine that has true consciousness. You know, like Stan, so there's a soda machine and his best friend, Scooter. They're in space, and Scooter explains to you a lot of the things, but it starts out with Scooter's on a spaceship with the nuns from his childhood. And that's where our story begins. Every episode this season is with Scooter on a spaceship with the nuns from his childhood. He works for them. They fly the ship. That's all you probably need to know for the time being. Other than the next voice you'll hear, it's not an angel, but it does sound like something. It does sound better than whose voice is better than. Well, I don't want to get you smoted. I don't want him smoted. Please, no smoting. I don't think an angel could smote you, even if they wanted to, out of jealousy, because your voice is as sweet as an angel's, and the look on your face even sweeter. It's Mr. Antonio Banderas. Thank you, Scooter. Friends beyond the binaries, ladies and gentlemen, the boys, the girls, it's time to launch into another episode of Nuns in Space. Whoosh. Thanks, Antonio. I managed to not say anything about you and how noisy you are or anything like that, or how gracious you are. But it probably would have been better, doing that than having you, because I hope you don't get smoted. Like, I'll really feel bad about it. Here's the thing, Antonio. I don't know if you can promise me this, but if for some reason you're smoted because of my actions, please don't smote me. Like, let's stop. Let's at least agree that the smoting site, let's not start a cycle of smoting, So if you do get smoted, just be an adult about it, or whatever, an angel about it. Don't be like the angel that smoted you and then you smote me. Like, Scooter, there'll be no smoting. I don't know. You're smoking, man. So, like, when you're smoking, like, that could cause smoting when you're smoking or you're smoldering. So, but I just want you to, can you verbally acknowledge if you do get smoted, partially because of me, or you feel like you got smoted because of my actions, that you won't smote me in return so that we don't start a smoting cycle? Because I could tell you, if I get smoted, I don't have the wherewithal. I mean, you'd have to take away my power to smote. But don't do that. Just don't smote me, please. Scooter, I would never smote you. Okay, thanks. You heard that, everybody. That's Antonio Banderas. This is Nuns in Space. Hey, pen pal, it's me, Stan. And Scooter, hopefully Scooter's listening, pen pal. So pen pal, Scooter, I'm sending the message to both of you because, oh boy, do I feel lucky. Kind of lucky right now. I'm processing multiple feelings, Scooter. If you could catch my tone. But one of them is wonder and dazzling because the colors, the sounds that I'm seeing here, there's smells, there's wonder, there's joy on these faces. There's a slow rising up. I'm mesmerized and I'm touched. But also, I'm by myself, and I'd like my best friend to be here to enjoy this with me, or I would have. So not even multiple, when I say multiple feelings, I'm not just feeling two feelings either. Well, I don't know if I'm feeling a multitude of feelings. Within the joy range, I'm feeling a multitude of joy and wonder. Then I'm feeling lonely and other feelings related to the fact that you're not here with me and I don't have any idea where you are. But also I'm feeling swept away. And then I say, well, because all that, Scooter, was that soldering you did with me with that one time? And you said you were going to put vacuum tubes in there. And you put one of those, I know recently you said you were putting one of those readers in that, like you said, you were going to put reel to reel inside me. But that was when you had that shrink ray. And you said you were going to shrink down a supercomputer, one of those tape-fed computers or computer card ones, and some reel to reels and put them in me so that I could experience a wider range of emotions. It may have worked, Scooter, but I don't know if I like it. But so other feelings I'm having is a gnawing feeling, Scooter. Something's not right. I'm swept up. I'm swept away. And there's joy all around me. There's sounds of wonder and happiness and good smells. But I don't know. There's something else that's not right. And then I say, well, this is what I would talk to my best friend about, or a friend. So now I'm recording this to talk to somebody. Did you just hear that? That was like a Long Island. I've been practicing a Long Island accent, Scooter, because I've been bored. So it'd be nice if you were here. There's also a very strong pull here, which is hard for me. So it uses extra resources when I'm trying to go against the pull. because everybody else is floating and I'm not floating. And maybe I should tell you like just a summary of what the feeling is in a metaphorical sense. I know I'm supposed to talk about there it goes again. So Scooter, things are slowly changing here. It's like if you took a dawn and a sunset and you combine them together, and it's like a languishing, languidly, lovingly. I put all these things, longingly. What is that other? I thought of one other one. Lovely, lovingly? No, lovely. But longing in a way, because it's neither a dawn or a sunset. Like a dawn longs to break. And it's like things are caught in that longing sense. And a sunset always stretches, Scooter, and rolls over the horizon. I don't know if it ever sets. This one is not setting. It's also not involving suns. And this, normally slowly, sunset goes and rolls and then disappears slowly or dissipates. But there's something about this longing, Scooter. That's what's not right. But it's really about that floating, Scooter. Floating. It's floating, floating. Scooter, you know what it means when you're floating? Floating. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm drifting. Wait a second. So just wait, like I was dreaming, I was like driftwood. I thought I could have heard Stan calling me. I don't know. Is it like if it's driftwood in the river? I'm hearing something else, though. Oh, boy. So it's like driftwood. But if you're a river and you're a stick, maybe I'm a leaf in the dream. Oh, wait, okay. It's not a dream, though, because I'm hearing a sound of rushing water. So that's what woke me up. Yeah, and I can see, and I'm also hearing, luckily, the rushing water sound is louder than the nuns that are yelling at me to wake up. Let me grab it. Yes, sisters, this is Scooter calling in. I was resting in my sleeping pod. Sorry, sisters, I'm aware there's a sound of water rushing on the ship. Is it coming? I can't, I'm investigating, sisters. Yes, okay, I realize there's other alerts coming, and I will look into it. Okay, weird. I feel a little dry. So, hey, pen pal, it's me. I'm recording, and I'm recording this for posterity, and of course, in case I listen to these again and again and again, so that way. Thus far, I haven't needed to I'm recording them, but I haven't needed to listen to them. But one day, maybe Stan or the sisters will be able to listen to them. So here's the situation. I wake up every day and the day is a new start, kind of like various movies, but not exactly because I remember everything and the sisters do not. So we're on a ship, we're going somewhere. The sisters are serious and searching. I'm the only, I don't know if I'm enlisted or not, but I'm like the one crew member on the ship that's not in a command. And every time I wake up, there's something going on with the ship that I have to fix. If I fix it in a way, somehow then I get to where Stan is, and Stan is in some sort of delusional situation. Stan doesn't remember this, but I think he slowly is remembering somewhere. My theory is that Stan's in a place where when all the delusions split apart, it got concentrated in different worlds. And Stan's trying to help that world. And this isn't my ego talking, pen pal, but Stan could use my help or my assistance. And plus, Stan, I don't want Stan to be irritated with me because it's not my fault either. I haven't figured out what wormholes or, trans-dimensional portals are involved. And Stan has powers that are greater than my understanding, but Stan doesn't really know about it. And so Stan's going to, so I'm there to help Stan. assist Stan. But first I got to figure out what this water is. Okay, so there's water. There's a sound of like water draining and rushing towards a drain. But it's pretty loud, and I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going through the ship, pen pal. Okay, I'm feeling moisture. Hot air rises, cold air sinks. So yeah, if I'm like in these lower passageways where my head's, I'm an average size, pen pal. And so my head is closer to the, because the ships are designed with average people, so I'm feeling a lot of humidity around my head. I don't know what that means. Okay, wait a second. So I'm going towards like the main water. Okay, there's some sort of leak in this room, but okay. It's there's a kind of like locker rooms, pen pal, or crew rooms, ready room. They do have tubs, and there's I can hear the sound coming from the drain in this tub in this room. It's the one I use, which is going to be in but it's, there's no, it's like somehow the drain is pulling water from the air. I don't know. So I'm going to try to plug the drain, pen pal. I close the tub. That doesn't, now it's making a really, the nuns are calling me because it's making a sound that's even more distracting. So I'm going to get some tape. I'm trying to duct tape it. That should be airtight, right? It's duct tape. I always thought it was duct tape, but it's with a T to seal ducks. Not to seal DUCKS's, but, man, I can't. I mean, this thing should be airtight, but it's still making, and I'm getting drier. I feel like it's sucking the moisture out of me even. Like I got to moisturize. So maybe there's I realize there's space between the molecules and duct tape. I did not realize that water's made up of molecules. And I'm speculating here, pen pal, because I don't have Stan here to actually give me facts. But I'm thinking that, and because I've been in this position before with other strange stuff, that somehow, but I don't know, I'm trying to follow. I guess I could follow the drain. Maybe that'll lead me to Stan. Okay, but hold on, the sister. Okay, yes, sister. Okay, yeah. Here's some moisturizer, and this is some hydration drinks. Are in QPDZ1. Just type that into the computer. Drink those hydration drinks. And I'll get to the bottom. Don't worry, sister. I'm going to figure it out. So I realize the ship's getting dried out. Okay, pen pal. I'm going to I thought I could follow the drain to Stan. But the thing is, if I leave, then this is probably not good. And then the sister also, luckily I have her mute. You can't hear them. But she said the sound is still very distracting and they have to focus on the mission. So they're focused on their mission. So I'm following the drain now. And here's the good news, pen pal. There is, so the water, it's getting sucked in the drain. But it's going through this pipe, and then as it's, as the water molecules are bonding to themselves, so I'm going to hook it up to the humidifier on the ship, because that's how we keep this ship at a reasonable humidity. And so then that should at least make it a cycle. And I'll turn up the humidity in the command cabin, or whatever they call it, command deck. So this is okay. So at least this will work temporarily, but it's still making okay. Yes, sister. Well, I have I have your cabin being rehumidified. It'll dehumidify also, sister. I know, sister. I apologize. I've fixed one part of the problem, but not the main part of the noise that's annoying you. Also, sister, you should start hearing over the speakers in your cabin of various sounds of aquariums and rain. Can you hear those sounds? They're very comforting. No, they're not comforting. Okay. Well, I thought some other water sounds. Could you just try to focus with those other water sounds with the drain sound behind them? Okay, you tried, but that was only... Okay, you tried again. Okay, so I'm going to keep those noises good. No? Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the locker room now. Okay, so there's somehow water's going through the drain. Okay, what if I paper over the hole? Like, this has got to be, there's some sort of clue here. Okay, I'm trying to put paper on top of because then maybe the paper will the paper's just, so there's enough water going through the paper and then through the duct tape, through the drain, is that the water just kind of, when paper gets wet, even though it's molecular. Okay, I'm going to take off the duct tape in the water. Okay, here's an idea. Like, the sisters were playing, like, what if I take it? So the sisters were into playing the drums for a while. What if I take one of these drums and put it over there? Or maybe like a balloon. And, okay, that sounds, okay, sister, she said, what does that sound like? Someone's rubbing their finger on a balloon. Okay, sorry, sister. That was an attempt to fix it. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this balloon off, and because I'm still feeling dried out because I'm so close to the drain. I'm just going to lie in the tub over the drain. And actually, this might work for the noise. And I'm just going to let the moisture, I don't know if it'll dry out my back, but at least I'll lie here and see, I'll leave my clothes on, don't worry, because then my clothes will get wet. Maybe that'll keep me, I guess I could turn over every once in a while, but almost like I'm going to give up and try to fix the sound, but also by lying here. I don't know, I got into lying in an empty tub thinking different times in my life. And wait a second, yeah, now I'm feeling the water, and I'm just going to close my eyes and picture the water flowing through me. The nuns haven't called. So that probably means that I'm doing something right as the water drifts through me. I'll picture myself as a piece of driftwood or drift leaf floating towards my friend Stan. And Scooter, wake up, Scooter. Oh, hey, Stan, sorry, I was sleeping here. Scooter, where you been? Hey, Stan, whoa, wow, this is, Scooter, isn't this a beautiful view? Yeah, I'm kind of stunned, this might be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Is that, Scooter, those are, well, let me see if I can explain it to you, Scooter. Scooter, I missed you. Stan, I missed you too. Scooter, you're a little bit wet. Only your front is wet, though. Yeah, I'll dry out. I'll dry out. It's, I gotta, so, yeah, I missed you too, Stan. So are those, like, Scooter, they're not hot air balloons. If you look closer, those are beings. Okay, wow, might be the most beautiful. So those are beings just floating upward, and Scooter, they're floating upward and then drifting downward. Wow. Yeah, Scooter, remember when you showed me what a lava lamp is? Yeah, Stan. So this is like an uncontained lava lamp, but the lava lamp is like it's individual beings. Okay, so they're floating up like the stuff in a lava lamp, the goop, and Scooter, I call them gob balloons. Gob balloons? Scooter, yeah, that's what they prefer. I asked them, what are they? And they said, we're gob balloons now. They used to be gobs. Okay, so I guess balloons are one of those interstellar things. Scooter, yeah, they are, obviously. Okay, no need to obviously me Stan, and no need to splain. Scooter, I didn't. I would have explained to you the history of balloons and how they are an archetype. But Scooter, they float up and then they float back down. Also, Scooter, due to heat, but not due to, there's no lamp. Yeah, there's this planet has suns, obviously, so it's not related to the heat from the sun. Scooter, there's something in the earth here. I haven't had a chance to look at it because, Scooter, I've been missing you, Scooter, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I realized something wasn't right. Okay, Stan, tell me more about what isn't right. Okay, Scooter. So you see can you hear those sounds and the smells and the looks on their faces? Yeah, that's why I thought they were hot air balloons. I thought those were paintings, but those are their faces expressing what I could only say is something beyond joy and pleasure. Scooter, you're right. And so they heat up and they float, and then they float back down. They get towards the earth. They get warm again. They float back up. But if you Scooter, I've been here a little while. And I don't remember, I just remember watching it start, but I've been observing it now, Scooter. And some of this is assumptions, but I assume these are all different age beings as well. And they have different, they're different sizes and masses, Scooter. And some of them with they are dissipating due to this activity. What do you mean? Like, Scooter, they are just floating, and they're the elements that make them up, I think, Scooter, are, as they float up and down, they're getting dissipated into the atmosphere. They're not recollecting anything, almost like they could like they're not having dinner or something. And so some of them have disappeared and dissipated into they've become just the elements that may, you know what I'm saying, Scooter? Okay, Stan, and these are conscious beings. Scooter, I've talked to them. I've communicated. That's how I knew they were gobs, and now they're calling themselves gob balloons. Okay, so you got here, you were aware, and this process had started for the first time on this planet, you're saying. Scooter, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, Stan, so, wow. So, okay, so you realized this was new, and while they're clearly enjoying it and we're enjoying watching them, you felt like something was wrong. Then one of the things you realized was wrong was that this may be accelerating. This is not part of their natural life cycle, or could it be part of their natural life cycle and you're just observing it and having feelings about it? Scooter, that's a great question. So, Scooter, the other thing is there's like I haven't had a chance to I've been so distracted, but just because the gravity here or something's like whatever is heating, causing the heats. I don't have the ability. I'm not made up of a gob, Scooter, so I can't float like them. And the energy I've had to expend to communicate and talk to them. Like I tried spraying soda at them, Scooter, to refresh them and to cool them down, and that did not work. So I tried to feed them with soda and other things, Scooter, but I don't have the ability to collect things. So that wasn't sustainable. And they kept going. And I said, are you sure this is part of your regular? And they said, like they were more making those sounds. So then I tried cooling them down so they would stay closer to the earth so I could talk to them better. And that didn't work. So then I said, okay, like hot air balloons, like we've talked about and we've seen in our other things, Scooter. Like I said, okay, let me tether them. Throw a tarp over them and pull them down. And I've used my different, mechanisms and stuff, Scooter. Nothing would work. Like even when I got a tarp over a couple of the smaller ones, whatever's causing, they broke free and they weren't happy about it. They said, we just want to float. Leave us be, please. I mean, they didn't say it like that, Scooter. They talked like the nuns. But they said, leave it. And then I'm all alone. And I said, well, I don't have anybody to brainstorm with. And I tried imagining, Scooter. I tried to have an imaginary best friend. I called pen pal. And you know what, Scooter? I've got to be honest with you because I'm very frustrated. Okay, Stan, go ahead. Tell me all about your frustration. Scooter, I'm M-A-D at you. Y-O-U exclamation point, Scooter. Like you left me here alone to deal with this. I wrote it down, Scooter. Exclamation points, all caps. And I'm so mad. I'm also mad at the God Balloons because they haven't listened to me. They won't communicate with me. They're kind of ignoring me, Scooter. I'm trying to help. And Scooter, can you tell how mad I am, Scooter? Stan, it looks like you should probably do something to express, you're expressing yourself and I'm hearing you, but it seems like you have more expression and more of your feelings need to come out. Preferably not in soda syrup, though. Scooter, thank you. This is why I needed you here. It makes me more MAD that you weren't here. So I'm going to lie down on the ground and kick my arms and my feet and make noises because Scooter, you're right. But the fact that it took you so long to come here to tell me I could lie on the ground and pound my hands and feet and, yell that, okay, Stan, go ahead. Oh boy, Stan, you really threw yourself down there. I like how is that writhing? Are you writhing around on the ground? Go ahead, Stan, get it out. That's good. You're getting it out of your system. Scooter, I'm stomping. You are. And it looks like the God Balloons are watching too. It's like, that's a great idea. Scooter, are you being sarcastic? No. I like how you're rolling around in the dirt even. I've done this before, Stan. Scooter, I know. I learned it from you. You do it all the time. I don't do it. I did Scooter, I've seen you do this before. Oh, well, I didn't realize you were looking. No, yeah, keep going. No, why don't you curl up? Scooter, no, I like writhing around. Like you said, I'm going to go on my other side. And Scooter, why were you so relatable? Well, Stan, I just had to lay down in some sort of cosmic drain. I just gave up earlier, so I kind of get it. It really looks like the God Balloons are really enjoying. They're still floating and stuff, but they're paying attention to you. And you're really getting covered. Oh, you know what's interesting, Stan? Scooter, what's interesting? The dirt on the ground even from where I'm standing, it kind of looks like a rusty, reddish orange hue with some browns and stuff. But when it's on you, I see that this dirt is made up of speckles of billions of colors. Maybe not billions of colors, but a lot of different colors. Scooter, what do you mean? You're covered in sprinkles almost of dirt. Some of it's neon, like the God Balloons. There's so many different, that's one of the things that's so impressive about all those floating beings is the colors they're making against the sky. And now it's in a minuscule version on you. Scooter, I don't understand. Can you roll around in the dirt so I can see it on you? I can't. I can kind of look at myself, but I can't put it in perspective. All right, Stan, I'm going to do the thing where I run in a circle while I'm on the ground, I think Homer used to do it, and maybe one of the Three Stooges did it. Okay, Scooter. Scooter, that's kind of funny. You're not very good at it. That you didn't do it correctly, but your attempt is funny. Thanks, Stan. Okay, so yeah, see, I'm covered in this dirt. Scooter, yeah, it looks like these are different elements. I'm going to have to start to analyze them. Okay, yeah, it looks like the God Balloons have stopped paying attention now that you're not expressing your feelings. Scooter, I'm a little embarrassed that they were watching me. Okay, well, it looks like you're blushing anyway. So, Scooter, here's the thing. I'm feeling energized. Okay, you're feeling energized for expressing your feelings, I think, and maybe then being seen expressing your feelings. Oh, Scooter, I'm feeling energized from the intake of elements because we were right. These are the same elements that make up the gob balloons, I believe. That's why they're the different neon colors and bright colors they are. Scooter, did you also notice that the ground is extremely warm? Did you notice that? Yeah, I did, Stan. That's why I'm still lying on it, because I love a warm ground. Yeah, it's, I feel like, yeah, it's nice. Other thing, Stan, is it's like the ground is humming. Did you notice that? Scooter, I didn't notice that. Are you sure you're not imagining it? No, I'm not imagining it. I mean, I'm not, yeah, no, Scooter, 1 second though, because I want to, before we get back to you, because I'm not saying you're imagining the ground humming, but I'm trying to communicate to the gob balloons now. So I'm going to, like, I'm going to use that voice throwing technology, the ventriloquist thing. Okay. Like, where you direct your audio. Scooter, yeah, but I call it the ventriloquist thingy. But okay, so you're going to talk to what are you going to tell the gob balloons? Scooter, I've figured out that, the elements they need are on the ground. They have to come back to the ground and get the elements. And then they probably won't dissipate. Okay, why don't you just spray them with elements? Scooter, that's the thing. So how do I explain this to you? It's basic science for me, Scooter. And don't worry, I'm talking to the gob balloons while I talk to you, so I'm multitasking. So Scooter, the elements that make up the gob balloons are spread over probably the whole surface of the planets in small, tiny specks, like you said, like sprinkles. So some of it's getting blown around by the wind and stuff, which is helping sustain the gob balloons up there a tiny bit. But then when they dissipate, it kind of falls down as dusty rain or dust in the air. Okay, so why can't we just spray more stuff in the air? Scooter, it's just, it's not concentrated enough. Like we'd have to have a way to constantly do it, and that would make it too dusty. Okay, so the gob balloons need to come down here to kind of reabsorb their elements. And Scooter, each gob balloon probably has a majority element that's different for not all, you know what I mean? They're not all the same. Okay. And what did so you told them they have to come down here to Scooter, they're not interested. They said, leave us alone, we're floating. Can't you see how beautiful and wonderful it is? Okay, so a little bit of a setback. And why don't you lay back down on the ground here with me, Stan, because it is pretty nice and warm. And like I'm feeling it vibrate. Oh, Scooter, that's because the ground's hollow. Okay. Wasn't all ground hollow? No, Scooter, I think we're, okay, Scooter, right over here. If we go to this rock formation and there's an entrance, we can go underneath where you were lying. Oh, it's like a cave system, Stan. Come on. Scooter, oh, look, there's paintings in here. Yeah, there's neon cave paintings in here. This seems to be some sort of museum because those cave paintings are, Scooter, they're protected. Yeah, they have a protective coating. And they're murals or paintings of Scooter, those are gobs rolling around on the earth. Yeah, so this is their history. And they're ground-based beings. They're ground-based gobs. They're not gob balloons. Even if we go deeper in the cave, there's nowhere where they're floating. Scooter, no, but a lot of them are like merging and unmerging or whatever. Yeah, we'll talk about that one day, Stan. Scooter, is that Scooter, you're right. And they roll around. Oh, and then they exchange elements. So a neon pink one and a neon orange one. Okay, so they're rolling around. Okay, Scooter, I get it. So that's how they exist, is exchanging elements and rolling around on the ground or traversing the ground and absorbing elements. Yeah, and it looks like some of them are able to leave some behind and only pick up those. And they have it looks like this is pretty developed, like different, they must live underground. So somewhere It's so we got to get them back to the earth. Whatever's happening is not part of their natural Scooter. It's not organic, you'd say. Well, you were right, Stan, when you said something's amiss. So I don't know what to do. Scooter, let's go up and I'll tell him. I took pictures and I'll broadcast the pictures into the sky. Oh, already trying, Scooter. They're not interested. Okay, keep explaining it to him, Stan. So tell him that the science and the history back this up, that they have to stay earthbound. Maybe we could find some compromise. Oh, Scooter, they're saying they don't want to stop and they don't think they can stop either, even if they wanted to. Only one person said that, though. Okay, so they're floating and, they are floating, oh, man, and they can't stop. They don't want to stop. The history and the science are not winning them over. The only thing that made them curious is, okay, I don't know what to do here, Stan, because we got to figure out. So there's something making the planet warm. Scooter, I got to tell you, though, I don't think we have time to figure that out because now I'm observing them more and more. It's been going on. Okay, so we don't have time to fix the planet right this second. We have to get them back on the ground to start re-elementizing. Right, Scooter. Okay, let's go back in the cave, because one thing I did notice in the cave was those vats of goop, Scooter. Yeah, so there was some god balloon goop. I think that's their paint. I think that's just paint. And so I have an idea. Scooter, what's your idea? It's a little bit different. We're going to cover ourselves. I'm going to cover myself in neon green. You could pick whatever color you want. Scooter, I think neon fuchsia. Okay, I've never heard of neon fuchsia, but I can picture it, so I'm sure it exists. Scooter, it's over here. Okay, then we're going to go out, and we're going to go lie on the ground together or next to each other. Okay, and then we're going to throw a fit, Scooter? No, like, so you know what I was saying? We'll talk about it later in the paintings. I think this is a very physical, they're very physical. That's why they're getting so much out of the floating. Like being a gob is something, there's a physicality to it. Scooter, I don't understand because I'm, originally I was, even though I've evolved, I'm still a soda machine at heart. Stan, you're a soda machine with a heart. I think Scooter, actually, technically, okay, Scooter, I'll say yes. Yeah, not on a technicality, but so, you're all, oh boy. So we're going to writhe around we're going to pretend we're on a double date, Stan. Is that enough for you? Scooter, we're going to pretend we're going to pretend we're going to roll around we're going to roll around on the ground together, Stan. Scooter, I don't understand. Okay, here's the thing. Like, if you turn on your sensors, we're just going to, the earth's warm, the ground feels nice, and we'll, bump each other, just as friends, and as a performative thing, so that, believe me, the warm ground, I think, would be enough alone. And I think I could cover a lot of it. Scooter, so we're going to pretend we're exchanging elements. Right, we'll rub back to back so that you don't, and I'll try to get some of my neon green and you try to get some of your neon fuchsia. Scooter, then they'll see it's paint, not if our backs are connected, Stan. And remember, just try to feel the goodness of the earth and let go, Stan. And I think that'll get their attention. Okay, Scooter. Okay. Scooter, we're actually been doing it since, and they're paying attention. See, now they're looking. We got their attention. They're interested. Oh boy, is this great. Stan, I'll put words to it and you broadcast the word. Oh boy, is this the best, man. Can't believe everybody's up there floating alone as gob balloons when they could be down here. I forgot, I heard that thing say, that soda machine thing say that scientifically we needed the elements on the ground here. And I'd forgotten, the whole history. I got so caught up in floating up there. I forgot about the whole history of our people and that we're a ground-based being. I don't know what strangeness has come over our world to make us float up and down like balloons. But I do know that being down here is pretty good. I forgot. I guess I thought that floating was great, but I could feel the elements on the ground here. Maybe the warmth of the ground is not normal. I didn't see anything in the cave paintings about that, Stan. Scooter, I'll start analyzing. Well, I'll multitask again. Good thing you're capable of it, because I'm not. I mean, I guess I am. Oh, boy, am I enjoying this. And I forgot how good it was to exchange some elements with my friend Stan and really get down to business down here. It's like a dream come true. And so Scooter, they're getting closer, but they can't. Scooter, there's something else wrong. Okay, so they're getting closer, Stan. So let's see if we could, is there a way you could use your nanos to kind of kick up a storm and at least get them some, because all of them are getting closer, really interested. Oh, and they're starting to exchange. Okay, I think this is going to work, but we still have to figure out this next problem, Stan. Scooter, I'm kicking up a dust storm. And it does seem, and they're all bonding as a group. They're not becoming one, Scooter. Whoa, Scooter, those are different noises. Yes, Stan, those are different noises. Okay, so I think if you keep kicking up the dust storm and they keep exchanging, this is going to buy us a little bit of time. Scooter, those are, their faces are a little bit different than, that's a different kind of joy too, Stan. Oh, Scooter, this is, okay, anyway, Stan, so, oh boy, Stan, I don't know if the Earth, and now I may be warmer than the Earth here, but so, there's got to be something in this Earth that's not normal. Can you scan, this gravity that's in this heat going on? Okay, Scooter, yeah, I'm analyzing and sending nanos in. Scooter, is interesting. What's interesting about it? Scooter, there seems to be some sort of spinning, I don't know, something in the center, this planet, I'm supposed to have I think this is like a solid thing, but that's what's there's something spinning in the center of this Earth that's supposed to be a liquid core planet. Okay. But there's something, Scooter, it shouldn't be able to stay solid where it is at the center of the planet, but it's spinning around, generating it's like a magnet, it's like a heat magnet. Scooter, I don't know what it is. Okay, Stan, so I kind of have an idea of what it is. It's not supposed to be there. Scooter, I've got that sense too. And there's got to be a way. Scooter, we can't get it out of the center of the planet without disrupting. I don't know how it got in there, Scooter. Yeah, I think it's concentrated delusion, Stan. Scooter, it's concentrated delusion? Yeah, elemental delusion. Okay, Scooter. Well, I think, Scooter, okay, here's what we can do, Scooter. The pressure it's under there, because I can't believe it's still maintaining solidity, and the speed it's traveling at is creating the friction and something like gravity that's increased more gravity than they're supposed to be. But then the heat is causing the gob balloons to float. And the thing is, Scooter, I think now this is purely theoretical, And I don't see how it's possible, but a sudden part of me is like, oh, Stan, you have the power. I don't know where this power is coming from, Scooter. Okay, let's not analyze where the power, what is your power, what is your part of you saying your power can do? Scooter, my power is saying that if I can stop it from spinning, that it'll dissipate, like it'll be consumed and the delusion will be consumed and broken down into its base elements by the planet itself. Okay, so why don't you get ready to do, Scooter, I'm sorry, I wanted to apologize for getting so MAD earlier. Well, thanks, Stan, but don't worry about it. Just start to slow that down, and let's lie here. The Earth's going to be Scooter, it's slowing down, and the God balloons are settling on the ground, and it's slowing, and I can feel like the gravity of the planet returning to normal. I can see them. Look at how happy. Scooter, they're kind of decoupling a little bit. Yeah, they're kind of rolling around and getting some of their own elements off the Earth and enjoying their return to the Earth. And I don't think they have shoulders because they're gobs, but they're shrugging their shoulders. Scooter, they seem to be like they were caught in a dream. Yeah, they were caught in a delusion, Stan, but as this slows down, why don't we lie here on the ground and enjoy the last moments of the Earth's warmth together and, the paint drying on us. Scooter, it's pretty cool. We're neon. It was like we're in one of those races where people throw the neon dust on you or whatever, or paint. Yeah, and we could lie here and get some rest together, Stan, because I have a feeling we'll be going through this again soon. Okay, good night, Scooter. I missed you. I missed you too, Stan. Good night. All right, I think everybody became a patron recently. Camille, Kathleen, and Allison, thanks, and good night. Michael, A.T., and Mike, thank you, thanks, and good night. Betsy, Bernadette, and Aman, thank you, thanks, and good night. Gordon, Joe, and Clay, thank you, thanks, and good night. Harley, Catherine, and Christy, thank you, thanks, and good night. August, Aston, and Kate, thank you, thanks, and good night. Sarah, Ian, and Lori, thank you, thanks, and good night. Terry, Yerk, and Rajiv, thanks, and good night. Ileana, Angie, and Mitchell, thank you, thanks, and good night. Chase, Jeremiah, and Cece, thank you, thanks, and good night. Sue, Niall, and Emily, thank you, thanks, and good night. Alex, Maya, and Fernan, thank you, thanks, and good night. Stephen, Haley, and Stevie, thank you, thanks, and good night. Miriam, Yanders, and Johan, thanks, and good night. Mimi, Shannon, and Jay, thank you, thanks, and good night. Liz, Steve, and Catherine, thank you, thanks, and good night. Thanks, everybody, for supporting the show and making the podcast possible. Those people that support the show directly on Patreon, support our sponsors, help keep the podcast free for everybody. And we grow this podcast by people spreading the word. If you want to check out our free live streams, you can sign up for our newsletter, sleepwithmepodcast.com/midnight mission. Free live shows. We're going to be doing some other fun stuff over there. And we've been able to get almost 500 episodes in the free feed because of our Tuck You In sponsors like this one. Thanks and good night.